T-posing tidal wave. Hello, everybody. I am the most clicky robot in all of existence. Yeah, I always need to just show off a dumb toy at the start of every video that's not really a review, don't I? This is Armada Tidal Wave. I got him in the P.O. Box. And, yeah, let me know if you want me to review him, because he's actually a really cool, unique toy, but he's not a part of this haul. I already did haul him. This is a haul from down south, Kentucky. Yeehaw! My brother lives down there, and I go to visit him every now and again, and he comes to visit me every now and again. The last haul we did, the last, weekend haul, the expensive weekend haul, was when he came up. But this time, I came down, and, with the sickness, and I got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff from him, a lot of stuff with my monies, and a lot of stuff that he had bought for me with money. You get it. Anyways, though, let's start off with the last thing I got, because it's at the top of the stack. I'm not going to worry about, chronological order of acquisition. I went to the Collectibles, etc. in Richmond, Kentucky, and dang it. This was only $10 for Arkham City Deadshot, and I don't have an Arkham City figure in the box, and I don't have Deadshot. And it was only $10, and rest in peace, DC Collectibles. If you don't know, DC Collectibles has gone under. They went back to being called DC Direct, but DC Collectibles is no more. And I just wanted to get this figure because I don't like the design too much, but I didn't have it. It was only $10, and I can just hang it on my wall and say, hey, I have an Arkham City figure in the card. Because, man, this line, that was my first Arkham Batman, and that was one of my very first Arkham figures, period. So, I love this stuff, but I will quickly run out of room here, because next up, this is definitely the dumbest thing I got. Let's just get this out of the way, because it's at the top of the stack. So we went to the Peddler's Mall in Lexington, Kentucky, and I didn't find too much, but one movie that I grew up with as a kid, it's not a very good movie. It was the Matthew Broderick Inspector Gadget, and I remember seeing a video, I don't know who made it, of this monstrosity. This is the McDonald's toy Inspector Gadget. Yeah. It is actually 8 McDonald's toys amalgamated into one. And, it's special. I mean, it has a stunning likeness to, Mr. Matthew Broderick. That's a lot of fish himself, which is unfortunate. But yeah, he's honestly a really fun toy, man. He doesn't feel like a McDonald's toy. He's like, I got this. This is the kind of thing that tells you I am a toy collector. This is a toy channel. Because look at that. Look at this dumb thing. Oh my gosh. It was only $20 for the whole set. Not the best. It could have been like a steal of a deal. That was still a deal. It probably cost me about $30 to get it online. But hey, $20 in person, you know, why not? It was wrapped in plastic wrap, funny enough. I'm not going to show off all his features because I might make a video on that dumb thing. Anyways, next up, you Halo boys are going to like this one. This is one that my brother, he got in a lot, and he hooked up for me, because I like the old Joyride Halo stuff. And he got the, I think it's the Battle Damaged Master Chief. Oh my gosh, it's going to want to focus in on Matthew Broderick's face. Let's just get that out of the way. Yeah, this is the Battle Damaged Master Chief, and, from Joyride. And yeah, I like it. It's an old classic Joyride action figure. Definitely not as good as the white Spartan I already have. But hey, you know, it was kind of with the stuff, and he's like, hey, do you want it? And I'm like, yes, I do. So yep, there we go. There's Master Chief. If you saw my review of Beast Machine's Tankor, you know it's one of the coolest toys of all time. So of course, I had to buy the repaint. I had to get the repaint. Because look at it, man. Look at the colors. This one's also very cool. Unfortunately, the awesome deco on the tank turret is not, the colors don't really follow through on the robot head. As you can see right there, the robot head is just like red and black. Doesn't really have like this cool orange and like the silver, and oh my gosh, this thing's amazing though. I love it. No missile, but I didn't care. I got it pretty cheap. So yeah, that's I think this is the Universe repaint, and he's actually a Decepticon. They just painted a Decepticon symbol instead of having the Viacon thing. Anyways, next up, this is something horrible. In that same lot as Master Chief, my brother got a Gun Bike from SD Gundam. Gun Bike, everybody. It's a Gun Bike. You remember Gun Bike? It's a Gundam that is a bike. It does some things. It can do that. And it can, like, move these pods. And it can do that. And it can fire the missiles. It's kind of cool. But also, we need to just acknowledge the fact that this is literally a bike that is a Gundam. There is a Gundam head at the front. It's a Gundam. I think it's actually a character too. A Gun Bike is an actual like sentient Gundam, and that's terrifying. But let's move on to let's show off this stuff. So this is just a little bit of random goodies. This goes to Classified Beachhead. He wanted me to bring him down so my brother could mess with it because he's very jealous that I have Classified Beachhead. Sorry. But got a Power of the Force Sandtrooper, no backpack. It was just in like a lot that he got. And he's like, hey Adam, I know the Power of the Force Sandtrooper is like one of your very first action figures. Do you want this other one? And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I might actually custom paint the pauldron or something. I don't know. We'll see. But Fortnite, yay! This is Raven, I think. He got these really cheap. He actually got like 3 other figures. These guys and something else I'll show when I get to it. Yeah, here's Raven. He's holding a couple guns. I think that's his name at least. And then I got a couple other weapons in here, right there. Here's Beachhead's beret, because he wanted me to bring all of the accessories. And then we have the other figures I did not want. I said, you can just keep those. You can sell them or whatever. I just want Raven and Ragnarok because they look cool, and these are cool figures. I don't need to, but I want to get more. I also wanted to get more building parts, and yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. Oh, also Little Gun. He also, in that lot, the Fortnite stuff he got one of those weapons things. So anyways, in the same lot as him, he got tons of Zoids. He got plenty of Zoids, and he's like, hey, Adam, do you want one? And I'm like, yeah, sure I do. These are the old Hasbro Zoids from the early 2000s. And I picked Gojulas Giga, because he's basically just, overkill from Transformers, isn't he? So yeah, here's Gojulas Giga. Let me know if you want me to maybe do a review on it. There's not too much to talk about. It's really cool looking, though. I've always kind of been curious about Zoids. And he also had, he had a lot of these. Not all of them. But I think he had Shield Tiger. I think he had Chimera Dragon. He also had the Ligers, like the Liger Zeros. But this is one I wanted. You actually move his legs down, and a missile shoots out. These things are kind of obscure, man. Not too many people are into these old Hasbro toys for Zoids. And if you're wondering, yes. They were all, I think one was maybe missing one part, but all of them were complete. So that's awesome. So yeah, there we go. There's Gojulas Giga. That's the thing I have. Let me know if you're actually familiar with the lore of Zoids. Is it worth caring about? Or is it just basically a means to an end, the end being buying the toys and model kits? Anyways, went to 8+ Comics and Collectibles. It's actually also where I got Tankor. But for only 5 schmackaroons right there, it is missing accessories. It's the Vintage Collection 2013 Stormtrooper. Except Vintage Collection was done by 2013, and this isn't Vintage Collection. This is the Vintage Original Trilogy Collection, or the Saga Legends. They're pretty much the same. Who really cares about specifics? Let's get him open and see how cool he actually is. So, is he actually, openable? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I already have, a few of this figure, but for only $5, I'm not going to say no to one of my favorite Stormtroopers. Because, yeah, I like it, and I would just wanted another one. So there we go. There's him. I like him. He's great. But we have other stuff. We got plenty of other stuff. Next up, here's Beachhead that he wanted me to bring and show him. He's like, he kept teasing me. He was like, you know, maybe I should just keep him here. And I was saying, no, you're not. These are accessories to 2 figures that my brother traded for one of them, and I bought the other off of him. So I had the normal black suit Black Panther movie Black Panther, but I'm kind of like a one and done guy for MCU, and when I figured out my brother acquired an extra one of these he was going to get rid of, the kinetic energy one from Infinity War, I was like, hey, they're worth about the same. Can we just trade them, please? And he's like, yeah, awesome. So I did, and I'm very happy that this is my one and only Black Panther because I think it's the coolest one. And all the accessories to him are in there. And also, I've been off and on about Killmonger for years. I've been debating, like, should I get Killmonger? Should I not? But he had one to sell, to spare, that was the 2-pack version with the weapons and the head, the Eric Killmonger head sculpt. So yeah, unfortunately his wrist is a little loose, but I can tighten that up. But yeah, I got Gold Boy, and that's like a bluish purple boy, right? He's more purple. But yeah, that's awesome stuff. But there's still plenty more, don't worry. You guys are going to love this one. This actually is something that used to be in my possession. And my brother decided, you know what, man, I'm kind of done with 3 3/4 inch, and you're still the clone guy, and I know you really want one of these again. So I traded this for Dark of the Moon Leader Class Ironhide. But my brother decided to just give it back to me. He's gonna keep the box though and sell it because people still buy boxes. But this is the Vintage Collection AT-AP. I didn't have an AT-AP. If you looked at my clone army and my clone display, you may have noticed I didn't have an AT-AP. So now I've got my AT-AP again. This is my old one. I actually bought this years ago. And like I said, traded it with him, but he's just kind of kept it in storage for, geez, well over half a decade. And he's like, you know what, man, you're going to appreciate this. You're going to actually put clones in it. I'm not ever going to do that. Because he still is keeping like his 41st Elite guys, because those are his boys. But he's just going to give them like the green gunship and a turbo tank. So he's not really worried about keeping this around because he doesn't really have too much real estate. So I was like, yeah, man, awesome. I will definitely take that back. I really appreciate it. So let's see if maybe that can go there. I'm very happy about that. I've kind of missed that boy. And this is something where my brother and I came to an agreement. He said, another vehicle I don't really need, and you can just have because I know you want it. But our agreement is on this one, if he ever wants it back, I am entirely 100% incapable of saying no. So he gave me his old V-Wing, because I also didn't have a V-Wing. Oh, no. Yeah, I didn't have a V-Wing. Woo! That's a lot of mucus. But yeah, that's the V-Wing. And I'm very happy I have a V-Wing now. Because I'm trying to grow I have so many clone pilots, but not a lot of ships for them to pilot. So I can't... I love these vehicles, but they can't stick around. I got other stuff to show still. So, after that massive wreck... Come on, Gojulas. There we go. I love that name, by the way. Gojulas Giga. Have a few other things. Another thing he just gave me, this is something he got in a lot. And he's like, you know what, man? I really just don't need it. I'm trying to cut back. And I'm like, geez, man, you're being too generous. Stop. I think he was called Shadow Command Megatron. I already have the Leader Class Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. But not the black version. Not the pretty black version. He took the batteries out like a cheapskate. So I'll have to put batteries in him. And he also doesn't have the knee pads, but I'm not too worried about that because he doesn't really matter for this guy. It's not very obvious. And my gray one has knee pads, so it's like I have a complete one. But yeah, my very fast-growing Megatron collection has just been completely overwhelmed. Dude, where am I going to put this? Dang it. Where am I going to put Shadow Command Megatron? I think the phrase he says is, there is no command but mine. So that's a very awesome phrase. But yeah, that's a cool one. Water. Then, he also got me this Mr. Freeze. I didn't have this one yet. He's blue and has a rib cage and a mohawk. I've been putting this one off for a while because it's not very cool now, is it? But it's Mr. Freeze, and I like Mr. Freeze. I collect Mr. Freeze, so I will not say no if it is presented to me. Anyways, remember those Fortnite things? And I said I wanted more parts. Here we go. In that lot that he got, there's one of the whole part sets. And these actually have like more unique parts. Like I think there's like slanted pieces in this. So yeah, I'll toy with those. I still haven't taken apart the construction that my brother and I did, that I actually showed off in that video. So I might end up taking that apart and expanding upon it, because now I have plenty more parts. So that's awesome. Thank you so much for looking out for me, brother. And then, almost done. Same lot as Master Chief and Gun Bike was this. Also Gojula Skiga was this. This, if you can't already tell, I'm going to keep all the weapons in there for now, is the Mobile Suit in Action Battle Scarred Gundam EZ8. Yeah. I love me some Gundam Battle Scarred. So, and EZ8's one of my absolute favorite Gundams. One of my favorite actual, in-universe Gundams. So, I was not going to say no to this. I love the sculpt on these. Some people don't like the very oily look of them, but I absolutely do. I love how dirty they are. And I wish they would make toy lines like this again. Transformers Siege almost did, but they weren't committed enough to it. They were, they just had some scuff paint. It wasn't like actual battle damage. Transformers has done some, though. Yeah, all the accessories are there, by the way. The parachute pack, the beam rifle, the bazooka, it's all there. Alternate hands. So that's awesome. But then, another thing was this. These things aren't worth too much, but I've kind of wanted me a generic 90s cartoon Iron Man from his animated series in the, this is from the original toy line where they all have the removable armor and everything. And this is like the generic Iron Man pretty much. So yeah, that was in the lot my brother got. And he's like, hey, do you want classic 90s Iron Man? And I said, hell yeah. So now I've got classic 90s shiny Iron Man with his shiny guns. Yeah, all the armor can be removed, and you can make him look more normal, I guess. But, oh no, I dropped one. I'll have to worry about that later. Yeah, why would you ever want to display him without all the armor? Which is unfortunate because you can never find these with all the armor. I actually have a couple already, but they are not complete. So yeah, there's that. Killmonger has taken a fall. Spoiler alert. So yeah, there's that. Then, almost done. Another thing my brother gave back to me, he's cutting back on his GI Joes, and he gave me back the Ice Viper. We have quite a long history with this Ice Viper figure, and it's probably a story for another day. But it used to be mine, then I gave it to him, then he gave it back to me. So yes, thank you for reuniting me with my poor Ice Viper boy. And then this is a Gundam one with Master Chief. There's that. Almost done. Just a couple model kits, and then we're done. So my brother, I was recently made aware that Hobby Lobby stocks Gunpla again. And my brother went to Hobby Lobby, and he's like, hey, they got Gundam models. And I'm like, show me which ones they have. And one of them they carry is the Jesta. I have the Jesta cannon, but not the normal Jesta. This is basically the Special Operations Commando unit for the Earth Federation. And it's like a dark bluish gray. So yeah, that kind of speaks to me. And I love the Jesta cannon so much. And I wanted the companion piece. So here we go. Finally got the Jesta. It's good that Bandai reprinted it, because it is, the new blue Bandai. Was it Bandai Bluefin logo? But yeah, I don't have space to really show that because I'm running out of space. Last thing though, definitely have zero space to really properly show you, so I'm going to have to zoom out. Went to hobby store in Lexington, Kentucky, and I hadn't really spent too much money on the trip so far, because a lot of this stuff was already prearranged. It was kind of like a separate thing, so I pretty much just got Tankor, the Stormtrooper, and Inspector freaking Gadget. So I decided to go a little big, and I got the Bandai model kit 1/6 scale Shadow Stormtrooper that I'm going to start building right after I'm done filming this video. So yeah, I bought this. Expect a review 1,000,000,000% for Storm Central. I don't know if I'm going to display this with like my sideshows. Here, I can actually, whoop, because I actually have them all there right now. I don't know if I'm going to display it with my sideshows and Hot Toy and like high-end shelf, or if I'm going to put it with my normal like Hasbro 12-inchers. Because I mean, this is definitely a more high-end thing. Wasn't cheap. It's like 75 bucks. So we'll see. We'll see if I feel like it's worthy of going either next to the Stormtrooper Commander on my sideshow shelf or the VOTC Stormtrooper on my Hasbro shelf. So there we go. That's pretty much it. Some stuff I can't really keep in frame, unfortunately, but it's all right. It's all good. Nice big haul from Kentucky. Yeehaw! Kentucky. I love horses. Whoa! I'm sorry. Is that offensive? Is it offensive to make fun of stereotypes for states? I mean, I live in Ohio, and Ohio is the punching bag for being the most boring state on the internet. So, I mean, they're not wrong. Ohio's pretty boring. It's like I have to, someone asked me a while ago. He's like, "So what's good about Ohio?" And I said, "We in Cincinnati we got like a zoo, and there's an aquarium, and there's and he's like, yeah, every freaking city has those. What else?" And I'm like, I'm sorry, there's not much. But hey, toy-wise, we got like the toy department, and that's enough for me. So yep, there we go. Make sure to comment, blah, blah, blah. Awesome hauler video. I think I got some cool stuff. So there we go, guys. Make sure to comment, blah, blah, blah. I don't really care about saying that stuff anymore. I need to just stop it. Have a good day, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.